Welcome to the Tiff Talk Show. I am your host, Tiffany O, and I'm excited to be here with you guys again. I've missed you. Hopefully you've missed me too. But I'm really excited to talk about today's topic. I'm not yet in a place to be able to call myself a full entrepreneur, but I am definitely going in that direction. And I'm blessed to be able to say that I'm surrounded by many entrepreneurs, and most of them are black. So I thought today would be a good show to talk about BBB, not the Better Business Bureau, but Better Black Businesses. And this is to not bash my black entrepreneurs at all. This is to encourage us, to give some tips as a consumer. Because again, I don't want the person who out there is the business owner, how many businesses she have? No, this isn't that. But I find myself having more conversations with so many friends about our experiences as a black consumer and who wants to patronize another black business. And I'll be the first to say, I don't care what color you are, there are expectations that I have as a consumer when I go spend my money. So whether you are Martian green or if you are cloud white, it doesn't matter. I want to feel good about where I spend my money. And for my people, I would say that we are slacking in the customer service arena. We're slacking in that arena. And the reason why that's important is because if we don't really visit where our lack is coming from, why aren't we getting, the dollars from over here? Why are people leaving our businesses and spending money elsewhere? Yes, some people have a preference of where they would spend their money, but I can promise you something. We want to spend our money with our people, and many of us do. I'll be the first to say, my nail tech and my pedicures, black, hairstylist, black, my seamstress, black, get my car detailed at a black owned establishment. But those are all people that are not the only ones in their field that are black. There are Asians and all different races. But I feel good about spending my money with these particular people, and they just so happen to be black. When we, as a consumer, go somewhere, I feel like entrepreneurs should not operate as if they're the only rodeo in town. And what I mean by that is, yes, you do have those customers that come in there and they're expecting for you to roll out the bells and whistles for them, and they're only willing to give you 5 cents. May not even, go as far as to tip you if, that is a part of the service, or if that's, an option for the service. But I'm talking about those people that are excited to be, patronizing your establishment, and yet they're treated as if, you don't have a choice but to spend money with me. To those entrepreneurs, I say, tighten up on your grip. Tighten up on your grip. We have so many talented entrepreneurs in and throughout the city of Houston and beyond, that my plea to those people would be to treat every dollar as if it was the first one you've ever made, or could be the last one you ever make. And the reason why I say that, and I'm saying this to my future self too as an entrepreneur, I want people, the conversation that people have about me after they experience buying black with me is that, oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell the next person about my experience that I had with Tiffany. Or, I'm excited to share, that this is a great business who other people are looking for her service. I can refer them to her. when you have so many people that the conversations that come out of their mouth after they visit your establishment is that I don't ever want to go there again. And then I know we probably think, oh, you're just going to badmouth me. You're just going to. Here's the thing. Yes, many of us were not brought up to care what people think, but in some capacity, as a business owner, you do want to care. Now, you're not going to make everybody happy. That's the thing. I'm not saying you're going to make everyone happy. There are some people that are just not gonna bend even with the best customer service. But how you handle your customer is what's going to make the difference. And I always use this analogy. The difference between McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. I am not hating on McDonald's. They are on every corner, wherever you pass by, there's a McDonald's there. But I know many of us will bypass a McDonald's and drive an extra 2-3 miles to find a Chick-fil-A. Not just because the fries are fresh and the nuggets are hot, but because we are going to be greeted with a smile. We are going to leave there feeling like we've just made their day, as opposed to them making our day. And so that's generally what I want to, plea to my black entrepreneurs, is to be the difference between you and the competition. You be the difference. Let your customer service be the difference. If someone is relying on you to come through for them, communicate. We got to communicate, people. You cannot assume that someone should, they should have known because I hadn't gotten back to them. No. Or you approaching them in just a nasty disposition about you. Like, people don't feel good about spending their money when they don't even feel like you want it. And then your attitude is, one go, two more come. Listen, that even if that be true, we have got to start caring about the image we leave, or the impression that we leave upon people. And that's really my nugget for today. I just want to encourage those people, and those of you who are looking for support from your people, those of you who are looking for support from anybody, because again, I already stated, I'm really not. I don't care, what color you are. I have an expectation of where I spend my money. And I'll just share a quick story with you. There was not too long ago, there was a situation where I was dealing with a black business, and I will say, at the end of it all, the conclusion, that person definitely turned the situation around. However, it wasn't until after I had to publicly make my disappointment known about it. And, you kind of hate to have to do that, but it's unfortunate when it has to go that far. But in this instance, although it did go that far, and I did make my disappointment in that business public, they realized the impact that could have had on them long term, or down the line. And it definitely, had some waves, but they made good on the situation. They redeemed their reputation to me, but it was clear that their reputation mattered to them enough to try to change that situation around. And I feel like that's how you recover in customer service. I worked in customer service, for several years at Comcast, and I know when people we can be quick to say, if someone says, I'm the one that paid your salary, does that person individually, that one person pay your salary? Yeah, they contribute to it, but we can't really have the attitude like, you don't pay my salary. It's like, it all ties together. That dollar or that $5 or that $10, it all should matter from a level of where can that go? Where can my business grow from that $1 I get from that person and make them feel good? Where can my business grow from that $10 that somebody decided to invest in me and I made them feel good? I have referred a ton of people based on customer service alone, whether I like the product or not. So that's what I wanted to encourage you guys, on if you are a business owner, to really sit back and think on how can I create an experience for my consumer, whoever that person may be. How can I make them feel so good about doing business with me that they can't wait to go tell the next person? Whether you are in food, if someone complains and says, my food was kind of cold, you don't want to respond with, nobody else came back and said that. No. You want to fix it because you have it within your means to fix it. If you are a photographer and someone says, I really didn't care how these photos came out, and that doesn't mean that you're gonna go, okay, let me just set up a whole new shoot for you. Now that could be, going the extra mile, but I tell you what, here's what I can do. At least offer something to show them that you do care enough about their experience, where you're willing to do something. And again, that doesn't mean that you're going to meet that person's expectation at that time, but the fact that you're willing to try says a lot. So that is my tip talk for today. I hope it was beneficial to you, and those of you who are looking to become entrepreneurs or whatnot, I give you, a huge thumbs up. I am encouraging everybody in my circle to, reach into their inner selves and pull out that inner entrepreneur in them. Encourage your kids to be entrepreneurs. A quick nugget: I was at the Women's Council. They had a financial literacy sort of a home buyers deal at TSU a couple of weeks ago, and they were giving nuggets to the young kids on how to be entrepreneurs even now. And I think that's one of the biggest failures in our community, is that we don't really teach our kids how to fish. Teaching them how to fish, they'll eat for a lifetime. We're constantly fishing for them. But those of you who have teenage boys and girls who are into athletics, whether it be volleyball, basketball, or whatever the case may be, help them put on little small training camps throughout the summer, and for $10, a day, or whatever the case may be. They host a training camp for a day, so that they can go get the little ball players, little soccer players, or whatnot, and they can make them some money over the summertime, as opposed to having an idle mind. If your son is just sitting around the house playing video games, encourage him to go knock on someone's door if they own their own lawnmower. Mr. Jones, I see that your lawn needs cut. I don't have a lawnmower, but I'll be happy to cut it, with yours. Make them some money. Go walk the dogs in the neighborhood for a little bit of something. Help your kids become entrepreneurs, because again, this is how we teach them how to fish. And although that's not going to be the story for everybody, some people don't. That's not their passion. That's not their desire to be an entrepreneur, and that's fine. But what I'm saying, for those of you who do aspire to be an entrepreneur, let's make sure that we're passing those nuggets down, those positive nuggets down to our kids, and encourage them as well. And if you do know someone who is a minority business, I strongly encourage you to patronize them, to support them in whatever capacity. I'm sure it will be appreciated. But for those of you who, if you are the business owner, make that person feel special. Make them feel like you are so glad they chose your nail shop, they chose your hair salon, they chose your restaurant, they chose your tea cakes, whatever the case may be. You have the power to create a larger support bowl because of the experience that person had with you. I hope I helped somebody today. I really, really do. I want to dismantle the conversations that so many of us have amongst each other about our experiences with us. And I think that we can change that. And I know that we can change that. I have too many entrepreneur friends who are the example. Who are the example for those positive entrepreneurs. And this is not to beat up our black entrepreneurs, because they're not going to have a good day every day. But again, even on those days where they're not having such a good day, I encourage them to find a way to redeem the experience if someone just so happened to be a victim of their not having a good day. That is my time here on the Tyff Talk Show. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and catch us next week where we will have the Brandons on the show talking about how they met their perfect match. See you guys next time.